OZ-list Michael Rapaport. OZ-list Michael Rapaport. Here he is calling for the firing of Jasmine Crockett because she spoke out against Gregory Abbott because she called him Hot Wheels and what she said. Am I actually? you know, when you were Z-list, no talent, and you really were your higher learning character. Sometimes when people act in these movies, they not really acting. They really what they are. So-called Democrat liberal, so-called. This jive turkey is a cornball of the worst most. And for the record, we've had some exchanges. Cause I was on X a long time ago. I would not be on that despicable social platform since Elon Musk took over, and I won't be on there. But I had a little exchange with that jive turkey, and I told him he sucked. His movies was whack. I ain't mince words. Michael Rapaport is a joke. He's a clown. He's one of the worst so-called actors I've ever seen. His takes is corny, and he's a bad, pathetic joke. And so he can't really talk about sports no more. So now he got to go after Jasmine Crockett because of what she said about Governor Abbott. People say worse things all the time. She didn't say anything about Governor Abbott that hadn't already been documented. You know, she wasn't mocking his situation like that or nothing like that. But the fact is, Governor Abbott done some very divisive things as a governor. And public figures are public figures. You might not agree with it, but everybody's got entitled to an opinion. So to hear this Z-list hack come out and got so much for Jasmine Crockett, they ain't got nothing to say about what Trump's been putting down or Elon Musk been putting down, but he sure got a lot for Jasmine Crockett. I wonder why. Because the character in higher learning is really the character he really is. That's who he really is. He's been telling you all this time. You know how it is. You act like you so liberal and open-minded. And people made the mistake because he got down with a Trial Called Quest and the documentary with Q-Tip and all that he somehow, oh, we're going to keep him at the cookout. We're going to let him stick around and pour out the iced tea and handle the ice. He's going to cut the cake. We're going to let him play volleyball. We're going to let him do the horseshoes with us. We're going to, we're going to bring him for the volleyball. We're going to bring him to the yard. He down, you know, honorary pays. Should have never gave that turkey anything. Because he's one of the worst that there's known to be. Plenty of times people say horrendous things about opposition. How many did you hear him talk about Kamala Harris? You heard what Mel Gibson had to say. Anybody ever going to talk about canceling somebody that was such a tirade like he did with his racist tirade? I don't see Michael Rapaport saying nothing about that. I wonder why. Because he's got to step into the avenues that he can. He can't say anything about anybody that he knows he has to kiss the ring to. But he sure got a lot to say about Jasmine Crockett. Sure got a lot to say. Ain't gonna say it about J.D. Vance. Ain't got nothing to say about Trump. Ain't got nothing to say about Elon Musk. Ain't got nothing to say about Steve Bannon. I wonder why. Because we know Z-list, no talent hacks like Michael Rapaport ain't got nothing else better to do with his time. Count some old royalty checks. They pay him to not come back to the movie slot because his movies were going straight glad bag. Before there was Tubi, he was direct to video. No one cares about that jive turkey. And the cookouts done turned down now. Now he gets a glad bag. They might let him pass out some lemonade or some Kool-Aid on the side of the road. They don't bring him to the yard no more because they didn't check his coat. They didn't smell him out. They know what he's about. I hope. So that turkey been faking the funk for a long time. And for him to go after Jasmine Crockett, shows you how pathetic he is. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.